Welcome back, guys. Goat and Hog here, and kind of up close and personal this time. There's
Shaky cam vid.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on, so we kind of had to find a quiet spot to record. We just got done with the What's Next for the Diablo series, and it looks like the power just actually went out here.
That's impressive.
So you guys are getting that firsthand, and it's back out. So, all right. In the 2.1.2 patch, we don't have an ETA yet, but it is coming to console. We know that because we were actually able to play the demo. It was pretty sweet.
Oh, it was neat to run around on. They had some of the new areas that they got. We saw one of the new, 3 new treasure goblins that are there.
Right.
We'll go into more in depth on that. We'll have that more later, like we said.
Yeah, we're going to be doing actually more detailed video. We got a press kit, so there's some stuff in there that I think that we'll be able to use and show you guys. There's some new armor sets, not for all the classes, but I know that for sure we saw them for the Demon Hunter and the Barbarian.
Yep, I saw the Wizard. Yep, the Wizard had a new one too.
Right.
Yep, we took a few shots of those, so hopefully those will be good. I mean, we'll
Yeah.
have to get those all patched in there into the video.
It's kind of weird being this close. I look at you and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
shit,
that's why I keep just looking at your thing on the side here.
What's
There we
going
go.
on here? All right. So there's also 3 new treasure goblins, and we're not going to get into details, but they are pretty sweet. Actually, we might as well just say it. There's one that drops gems.
There's one that drops gems. There's one that drops plans.
Plans, yep.
Plans and materials.
And then there's the one that drops blood shards, so Kadala's going to be pretty happy about that, huh?
Yeah, that's the lore on that is that he steals from her, so that'll allow us to get a few more rolls for that.
Right, and they've also done some things. There were some areas that could not be randomized, like the
Whoa, it's Tristram Fields.
Tristram Fields. Yes,
It always was the same layout. You always had the same thing, so they're
You
going to
always-
break that all up.
Right, you spawned at the bridge, and then you always, you went on that way. There was only one exit, and so they've randomized that in some other areas in the game. So that's going to be nice.
Sorry for the shakiness, Kim. My arm was getting tired. There we go.
Fucking goat.
I'm a pussy. What are you going to do?
Right, he is. All right, pylon changes as well are coming, which are pretty sweet.
Yeah, they were saying that, the conduit pylon, you always see that. Everybody loves that one. Just hit it and run. You're going to fry everything. Sometimes that was the only way to take out one of the high-end Guardians. But they're going to switch up and add. They want to take like the speed one and make it so it lasts for a minute instead of 30 seconds.
Yep, and you can go through walls and monsters. And
Not
when
through
you,
walls, but
the waller.
the wallers and jailers and stuff.
And so actually when you're got it as well, if you hit the monsters, they go flying up in the air and shit.
Yeah, that
They got
sounded
the
pretty
speed
good.
one, so that was really
Yeah.
cool. Also ancient items.
Ancient items. So this was a cool one.
Are they items or weapons? I think they're only weapons.
They didn't really. They just said ancient.
They just say
There's
ancient, so we're
ancient.
not sure. They could be
So
weapons.
and
Or
they
items.
showed us a weapon, and what the deal is, it's basically a legendary that is 30% better. So it was to go, oh, you've already got a legendary with all the great stuff on it. Well, here's an ancient version of it, so it's going to be a whole lot better.
Right. And they had like I think 3 stats. There were like 3 more highlighted stats that had improved like your strength, your vitality, and whatever.
Yeah, whatever your main stats were,
Yeah.
were essentially 30% better.
So you got all the normal stats, but then you got 3 like stat boosts, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
So there's new monsters coming in the future. Yetis. They showed something from the Yeti family.
Yep, that's what they're concentrating on. Was some family types. The Yetis were one. The Rat King was the new one.
Yeah, the Rat King. We actually got to fight the Rat King. It's this grotesque-looking monster that has rats and shit coming out of his back, and it's actually pretty cool. He was the Rift Guardian.
Yep, that's a
in
new
that
Rift
we were
Guardian to go
playing.
with that.
And then
what was the other? Oh, the other one was they're going with a swarm style, so that it was a lot of smaller stuff that swarmed you, and maybe their death effects or the regular effects. The fact there was so much of it is what got you.
right, and they're also improving mob density too. So you like going to these rifts, and some of them won't have much mob density or many elites, but they are changing that so that it's a more consistent basis.
And speaking of that, what they were talking on is they want to focus on making it so your rifts, it wasn't the randomness that determined your success or failure. So if you got screwed because like the pylons, like you talked
Right.
about, and the mob density, trying to keep it a little more consistent. It wasn't not random at all, but more consistent.
Yeah, and the changes sound very welcome, and also another very welcome change by the community is Act 1. They're going to be moving everything to be more centralized in Act 1, so you don't have to run all the way across the town to get to the Jewel Crafter, or run over and get the Enchantress.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, like they said, you'd instead go to Act 3 rather than bother with
Right.
going all the way down to do your gems. Just go
Right.
to Act 3, walk over, and then come back to Act 1 and finish what you were doing.
All right, so that's the wrap up on that one. We're going to have more detailed vid coming soon, guys, probably once we get home. We got the costume contest tonight.
costume talent, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
all the good stuff is tonight, and we'll report in after that. We'll get you guys that one, later this evening. So don't forget to smash that fucking like button down there.
That's your new thing. Isn't
That
it?
is, I like it.
that. Yeah, that's
Okay, and make sure you leave a subscribe. We'll catch you guys later.
good. Take it easy.